Hey, what is going on, guys? In today's video, I want to have a conversation about the semi-auto sniper nerf, as it has taken a drastic hit, and I think this is really good because it was completely busted beforehand, and this affects both Chapter 2 Remix and Rewind Royale as it currently exists in both modes. So in today's video, we'll talk about the history of where the semi-auto was before, we'll then talk about what the change was, and then finally we'll move into how effective is it with the nerf. Okay, so the semi-auto, when it first came out in Historical Chapter 1, was not very good early on. I believe it did 42 and 46 damage for purple gold, was a complete joke. It eventually got buffed to 63, 66, and then later on in Chapter 1 it got buffed to 75, 78 with a rarity reduction to green, blue. Overall, when it existed in late Chapter 1, it wasn't the worst gun in the world, but it wasn't spectacular. You could do 195 max critical damage, which isn't bad, but once you got decent sniper aim, you would see most people really gravitate towards the bolt action or the hunting rifle, as you could one-shot people. The semi-auto couldn't quite do that, but it was still an okay option for learning how to snipe, as the high rate of fire meant you had more chances to try and land a hit. Now, later on, I believe it was in Chapter 3 or 4, the semi-auto got buffed massively, even though it was still vaulted. Instead of doing 75, 78 damage, it got buffed to 97, 101, and a purple gold variant was introduced. So you also had the purple one doing 100 and the gold doing 110. Now, why the semi-auto was like that to where the blue does more damage than the purple, I don't know, but that's just how it existed. And in this state, it was completely busted, okay? All variants of the semi-auto could now one-shot anybody from 200 health with a critical hit, and with the blue and better, you just needed 2 body shots to eliminate people from 200 health. This was insanely busted, right? Like, for me personally, playing with it in Rewind Royale, I'm not even good with snipers, but I still use it and hit some crazy clips like this. Long push. Okay, well, you're done. And that. Oh! Well, you're gone. As you can see, it's completely busted, and there's no reason for it to exist like this. It was basically a mandatory carry if you could find a blue or better. It was just ridiculous. But the good news is that they have actually introduced a major nerf. So before, the damage was 97, 101, 100, 110. It's gone down to 75, 78, 81, 85. Okay, let's break this down. So the first thing is no semi-auto sniper does more than 100 damage, which means that none of them can two-shot people with just body shots alone. And it also means that only the purple and gold are capable of doing one-shot kill with a headshot, because they'll be able to do over 200 max damage. The green and blue can no longer do that. In fact, the green and blue have essentially gone back to their Chapter 1 statistics. So now moving on to what this generally means for the weapon meta, the green and blue are just considered to be meh. You know, they're in between C and B. Like, they're just an okay option, right? They're not terrible, but you can't one-shot people anymore. So if you can find another sniper that is capable of one-shotting, you're probably better off with that. But it's still an okay option as a learning tool. It can do the job. The purple gold semi-auto, I still think are pretty good, because you can hit one-shots and you have a really fast rate of fire. So if you're consistent with hitting headshots, you can get a lot more kills faster than with the bolt action or hunting rifle where you have to reload after each shot. So overall, I'd say the semi-auto is in a much more balanced position. You know, I think the purple and gold are arguably still the best sniper in like Rewind Royale, and that'll also kind of apply to Chapter 2 Remix to an extent too, because of the similar sniper loot pool. I still think they're overall really good options, but it's not a clear and outright you have to take the semi-auto. That's really not true anymore. The bolt action, other snipers are still competitive, so if you see a heavy sniper, you can make the choice to take the heavy over the semi, where previously that would have been a bit silly as the semi was just so much better. So overall, I really do think this is a really good balance change. It should make a sniper red meta more interesting in both Chapter 2 Remix and Rewind Royale. And with that, I hope this video was interesting, and I'll catch you in the next one.